I was impressed with that move you pulled. Bang.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's me, it's G, it's a double MD, the undefeated, undisputed YouTube champion. That's right, it's the Maverick, Mark Daniels. Here's episode 69, nice, of our Pokemon Scarlet Let's Play. Not only is it episode 69, nice, it's actually our finale as well. We're going to finish everything there is to do in this game today. But before we do that, last episode we finally caught the last of our legendaries from the stakes gimmick, where we had to find all the stakes and then we got to open the shrine. That took quite a while, like 4 hours, so I probably cut that video down hopefully to like 2 hours. Because like in the first hour alone there was like nothing that happened, so I can cut a lot of it out. I haven't edited yet, this is for the future. But anyways, if we quickly take a look at our boxes here. First off, I got this shiny in between episodes when I was getting Paradox Pokemon. Shoutouts to Stan in the Discord, because he helped me go to Area 0 since they had Violet, I had Scarlet. We caught each other's Paradox Pokemon. And in between that, I actually got this shiny Zoelis while doing so that was pretty cool. I was just running in circles by the waterfall where Iron Valiant spawns, as well as Roaring Moon. Or it's Roaring Sun, isn't it? Whatever, doesn't matter. I was trying to spawn in Roaring Sun form, and this guy walked up to me and was like, oh, what a treat. But as you can see here, our living dex is looking pretty well. Everything's my original OT. Even the Paradox Pokemon, because again, I caught them in Violet. But we are missing 2 Pokemon. One of them we're going to get today. The last one I actually already have on Violet, and it's the cover legendary Miraidon. I just have to transfer it over. Hopefully my buddy will help me transfer it over tomorrow, because I'd like to get my shiny charm so I can start shiny hunting. But as you can see here, there's a little peek of the living dex. We're just missing 2 Pokemon, and we're going to get one of them today, Miraidon. We actually haven't caught it yet. And, well, we have our Miraidon, but there's a second one we can catch. And then, co-rated, and then Miraidon will grab. And I'll show you guys at the end of the video. I'll do like a little cut. I'll record getting him and putting him in the living dex. But if you look at you saw the living dex, and if we look at the actual Pokedex, we're missing 1, and I'll get that shiny charm. So that's all going to happen today. So I don't care how long this video is going to take, whether it be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. We are finishing up today. There's not much to do though, because we just have to battle 3 more gym leaders. If we look here, we have the Ghost one, the Ice one, and then of course Ino, the Electric one. And then there's some sort of tournament. I don't know how long that's going to take. I can't imagine too long. We have 2 level 100s with us that I've trained for raiding, as well as these guys here. So let's jump into it. We're going to start with Maki here on our team because it is strong against ghost types. But yeah, in between episodes I've also been doing some raids, trying to get some Herba Mysticas, as well as some items to build some more raiding Pokemon. So as you saw there, very briefly probably, alongside Nico and Maki, I also have a Iron Hands and an Azumarill, both raid ready. They're Hyper trained, they're EV trained, they're got the move sets, they got the level 100, etc., etc. They're ready to go and they're kicking butt. We've been doing some raids and it's been a lot of fun. Been having a lot of fun doing raids. Trying to gather as much Herba Mystica as possible, so when I do get my shiny charm, I can start shiny hunting. Now, this may be the last episode for Pokemon Scarlet, but I've thought about recording my shiny hunts. I haven't decided yet, because that's something I like to do kind of passively while I'm doing other stuff. Maybe I'm listening to music or something. So I wouldn't be able to record that, obviously. But maybe some of them I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do there yet. Obviously, you guys will know way before this episode probably even comes out, because this is coming out in like January, and it's still early December for me. But we'll see. Alright, so we got our first gym here. I forgot this is a double battle. I literally just did this gym battle yesterday on Violet. Okay, so we'll do this. And I guess, Nico, you can hit Mimikyu with that Gigaton Hammer, even though it's not going to do anything. Alright. But yeah, so I've been very busy the last couple of days working on this. I played through Violet. I said I was going to try to speedrun as fast as possible. and I beat it in about 2 days. I didn't see what the playtime was. I'll probably guess like 12 hours, maybe a little bit more than that. It wasn't too bad though. I spent probably more time trying to evolve like Bisharp, because I decided to use different Pokemon that I wanted to use in this game than I used in this game, in Scarlet. So I used King Gambit. I used Annihilate. I started with Meowscarada as our starter Pokemon. I also used Watcherel, the electric bird. If I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but I think it's like Watcherel. Doesn't matter, right? Who else was on the team? I'm drawing blanks here. Nice. Take out the Spiritomb. The Spiritomb. Vanished. Okay, so let me think. I had Meowscarada, Annihilate, King Gambit, Watcherel, and oh, I used Garnockle, that rock Pokemon. Looks kind of like a pyramid head when it fully evolves. You guys know the one. Oh, and Cerulege, the evolution of Charcadet, the violent version, the violet version. Honestly, that's probably my favorite, if not one of my favorite, Pokemon this generation. Just looks completely bad. Like, he looks like a Mega Man Net Navi, and I love it. So, huge fan of that Pokemon. But it was a fun team, and I caught them as early as I could. I pretty much, as much as I could, because like getting Pawniard was the last Pokemon I could get, because there's nowhere that I could catch it. That was like early enough in the game, without getting like upgrades to Miraidon by doing like the time battles and shit. So, but evolving King Gambit was kind of a pain in the butt. It took me like an hour just to evolve him. I had to find a leader's mark. So I caught a Bisharp that wasn't the original one that I had until I finally got the leader's mark or whatever it's called, equipped it. Then I had to beat a bunch of Bisharps that were like the like leading like an army of Pawniards, and not all of them I guess counted. So it took a little while, but it was fun. It was fun using different Pokemon. That's one of the best parts about like new generation of Pokemon is like all the new Pokemon, being able to throw them on your team and use them. That's why we didn't use a lot of we didn't use any old Pokemon in this playthrough at all. Besides, I guess Tentacool if you want to count it as an old Pokemon, because it's kind of like cousins to Tentacool. But obviously a brand new Pokemon, and probably will be one of the first Pokemon that I shiny out, because shiny Tentacruel looks sick. Anywho, one gym down. Obviously, like I said, these gym battles are going to be a walk in the park. I'm not even paying attention to them really. I wasn't even paying attention to the attacks I was doing. I was in autopilot. Alright, so now we're going to go to the Ice Gym Leader. Let's see, who can we use on you that's not Maki or Nico? Both would work just fine. I guess we use Wiki, because he's a fighting type. I'm not even going to heal my Pokemon. We're just going to jump right into it. We might heal him before we battle Iono, but... And she's an electric gym leader. Oh, yeah, they talk to you. Yeah, and I was gonna wait until I got my Miraidon traded over, but I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to get it on my game, because I messaged AJ a couple times today and he hasn't responded. So I'm like, oh, well, obviously he's busy, which is fine. Hopefully tomorrow he'll help me transfer it over. But I'm strongly thinking about like touch trading for a Miraidon just so I can have it in the Pokedex so I can do shiny hunting tonight. But we'll see. Alright, here we go. Well, tough luck for you. The snowy mountains are on my side today. These league mandated inspections happen a few times a year. If we don't show up for the job, we'll lose our position as gym leaders. Alright, whatever. Let's just jump into it, shall we? I'm glad you can I'm glad they have the allowed you to re-challenge the gym leaders, I guess. It'd be cool if you can constantly do that. I don't know if you can or can't. But I always like it when you can do that. Gives you kind of something to do. A fun way to maybe earn some money. Alright, so do we want to swap out? I know we legitimately put Wiki in the front just so we didn't rely on Maki here, but we'll just use Wiki on the next one. Alright, we went with that torch song. Easy peasy. Oh, excuse me. I do have a decent amount of Herba Mystica already, but I definitely want to get some more. I'm not sure what I'm gonna farm first, because I kind of want to get shiny Fuecoco and all the three shiny starters in general. But so I might do one of those first, and I'll start with Fuecoco, and then maybe we'll do like Tentacool or something. Oh man, I definitely won't record myself hatching eggs, that's for sure. Because I mean, there's no fun in that. That's gonna be something while I'm listening to music or something too, for sure. Ice spinner. Lowers that defense. Alright, take down the Titan. Man, but some of the shinies are just so disappointing, aren't they? Like, think of I was talking about Charcadet earlier. I mean, think about how crappy that shiny is. Just the color of the eyes. That thing could have looked so cool. Maybe make that blue shiny instead. Oh man, they really dropped the ball on some of these shinies. My theory is that they were rushed, and this could be proven elsewhere as well. Obviously, with the performance issues that the game has, and quite frankly, a lot of Pokemon have unfinished textures. It feels like looking at them, because you look at some Pokemon, they look incredibly textured, and they look really good. But then you look at others, and they just like they're unfinished. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel like they maybe were rushed for time, and decided, oh shit, we gotta do the shinies. Well, let's just get them done, boys. You know. So hopefully they'll revisit those shinies at some point and maybe rehash some of them. I don't know, but they're not very strong, that's for sure. I forgot that this is going to turn to an Ice-type Pokemon, so it's going to do no damage. Again, I'm not really paying attention to these battles. There's kind of an autopilot here. That's fine. Excuse me. Alright, so I guess we can Dragon Claw. Boom. Easy peasy. Alright, one more gym leader to go, and then we have just the tournament remaining. At least I assume so. I don't think there's any other post-game stuff to do. I know there's no other Pokemon to catch because we're at 399 already out of 400. And the only one we're missing is on this game here. Alright. So let's go to Iona. We'll heal up real fast. And we can use Peach. We can use Peach in that battle. So that'll be fun. I should probably edit those last two videos I did. The last two episodes are not edited right now, and they're both really long. I've been kind of neglecting that. I don't know if I'll do them tonight, but I'll probably definitely do them in the next couple days and get them scheduled out. Because before I know it, it's gonna be January. It's like, oh crap, these need to go up now. Let's heal up. Alright, so we'll use Peach for this one. Alright. Peach. Alright. Primera, your eyeballs are mine. Caught in my electro web. Who was it? I don't know. It's me, Ruby. Let's do it. Hello, hello, hola, ciao, and bonjour. Welcome to the Iota Zone. Let's just move this along, shall we? Kill a watch roll. Okay. Not great for us here, because we can't use ground attacks, but we'll just swap out. Yeah, we'll swap into Spyro. Tailwind. Icicle Crash. Misses the Hurricane. You hate to see it. Bada bing, bada boom. Electrode. Let's bring in Peach. I'm kind of surprised there's no way to evolve an Hisuian Pokemon yet in this game. I don't know if they'll add that in like DLC or something. But they just introduced these Pokemon in Legends Arceus right earlier this year. And there's no way to use them on this game, which is surprising. Because a lot of the Pokemon that evolve into the Hisuian Pokemon are in this game, right? I kind of assumed, like what they did in like Pokemon Let's Go, where like you could trade like Cantonian Pokemon for some of the other regional variants like Meowth and stuff like that. I kind of assumed we'd get something like that, but it is what it is. Luxray, one of that Earth Power. Damn, that did a lot of damage. Bellabolts. Bellabolt has a cool shiny as well. At some point, I will do a tier list for not just all the generational Pokemon, because we'll definitely do that, obviously, right? We've done it for every generation, so it only makes sense to do it for this generation. But we'll do a shiny one too. I don't know if anyone's made any of those tier lists yet, and it may even be out before this video even goes up. But it's definitely something I want to do soon. Now that I've spent so much time with some of these Pokemon. Yeah, whatever. We'll just take them out. Enough foreplay, you know what I mean? Alright, just sitting with that Earth power. But I mean, if you watch me play through this entire game, you guys could probably have a good idea of who I am going to put high on the list and who I'm not going to put on, high on the list. I would think it's pretty obvious some of them, but it'll still be fun to do. Because honestly, as of right now, I'm kind of undecided who I think is my favorite Pokemon from this generation. There's a few that come to mind, but when I have that tier list in front of me, I can actually kind of figure that out for myself as well. I forgot she was going to go electric type here, but doesn't matter. Shadow Ball still do a good amount of damage, may even KO still. Almost. This hurt a bit. Alright. Final Shadow Ball. For that dub. Alright, that's our final gym leader for the gym leader rematch gimmick. And then I guess we'll do this tournament. And then that'll be it pretty much. And like I said, at the end of the video I'll cut and probably add I will add the updated and finalized living dex. And if I catch any new shiny Pokemon in between, then I'll probably show those off too. But again, if I get it tomorrow, like I hope I do, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna record it tomorrow. So probably no shinies in between if that's the case. But maybe, you never know. Alrighty. So we got a phone call. Gita, okay. I was informed by each of the gym leaders. Yep. All of them seem quite happy for the opportunity to battle you. Okay. So we're gonna head to the entrance hall. And we're gonna go ahead and heal as well. So let's heal first. And then we'll head to the academy. Alright. Let's heal up. Alright. We can actually, let's talk to our teacher as well, the home ec teacher, see if we have the Herba Mystica he needed. To see, what happens. You better not just take the Herba Mystica and that's it. You know what I mean? That shit's hard to come by. I guess we haven't talked to you yet since we've done the legendary thing. I guess we can see what she wants too. And then we'll talk to Gita here in a minute. Yeah, sure. Oh, I don't have any sweet yet? Oh my god. Never mind. How do we not have any sweet Herba Mystica? I have the rate. Let me see. Who's in the sweet Herba Mystica? Raichu's, Ditto's, Delibird, Sableye, Weavile, Frostlass, Talonflame, Noivern, Dragapult, and Palmode. Okay, I will try some of those raids out at some point and try to get the sweet Herba Mystica. Let's talk to you real quick. Found them all. I feel like there must be some meaning behind the horns and designs resembling eyes. Sure, we'll maybe figure out a little bit more about these Pokemon maybe in the future. Maybe in the next Pokemon Legends game. I was thinking, this is before I realized that one game was like releasing future Pokemon into the world and one was releasing Pokemon from the past. Originally I thought it'd be a really cool idea if we go like, because like Legends Arceus is also in the past, right? So it would make sense to go in the past here and check out these ancient Paradox Pokemon and discover a little bit more about them. But now there's also these future Pokemon, so I don't know, maybe a game where you go between the future and the past, which I don't know if I like that or not. I mean, if it's done well, it could be fine, but I don't know. It's interesting, though. Alright. Oh, she gave me the nasty plot. That's cool, I guess. Alright, so you get a nasty plot for finishing that mission up. Good to know. Is that the only way you can get nasty plot? Because if so, that's pretty cool. Alright, we'll save. Alright, let's talk to you. I love it. Sure. Oh, we invite her back to our room. Okay, interesting. Hope you're not thirsty. We only have one cup. So this is the dorm room where you live. It's pretty plain, right? Sure. Anyways, let us get to the topic at hand. Okay. The easiest. Oh no. She's gonna ask us to remember the fucking town they're from too. God dang it. I don't know which one's. Who was the toughest? None of them. We were. I can't remember what town she's from, but I know she's electric Pokemon. We'll say Larry, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Larry. I don't know. Okay. I'm a big fan of Iono. Also a big fan of Larry though, because Larry's kind of funny. Okay, I kind of assumed we got to battle her, but I guess not. Okay. So do we actually rest? I guess so. Interesting. 1 week later. Oh, so here comes the tournament. Okay. Hey Ruby, I'm so glad we just managed to get everything ready for the Academy Ace tournament. Yeah, that's a good name. School Battle Brawl. That's right, I'm ready to win. Alright. Oh, she's not battling. I assume we'd battle her in the finals. Alright. Alright. Entrance Hall. Alright. So let's talk to Nimona. Any student or faculty member of the Academy may enter. Your opponents will be random. And only winners will advance to the next round. Opponents will be matched by lottery. And the lottery is run by the people in charge. That means you'll have no idea who you'll be facing until you meet them in the court. Okay. Lose once and you're knocked out. The last trainer staying, the only person to win all their matches will be doing the best of all the Academy's ace. Okay, so we have to win 4 times. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Just to make this go by a little bit faster, we'll just go ahead and have Maki be our lead. Let's do it. Alright, let's do it. So it's random every time. That's kind of cool. Does that mean you can? I'm assuming that means you can repeat this as much as you want then. Yep. Yes, none other than our own Miss Ruby. That's right, we're the best. It's a little laggy over there, but that's fine. Alright. Oh my god, it's so bad. Now without further ado, let the Academy Ace Tournament, our school battle brawl begin. Alright, we got Ruby versus Arvin, okay. So is the first one, if you can't repeat this, maybe the first one is set to who battles? Greedent, okay. Now what level are your Pokemon? $67, okay. That's pretty solid. I'll do a Torch Song. Now, do they heal our Pokemon between rounds? That's going to be something that's interesting as well. I assume so. We'll stay in. We got some boosts. We can use the Earth Power as well. Boom. Shakalaka. Toadscruel. We'll stay in. That's fine. And with that torch song, it is raining, so we're at a bit of a disadvantage. Our fire moves are weakened. They're trying to do everything they can to hold down the champ. But it ain't gonna happen today. No, sir. Cloister. I mean, I'm not sure if we're gonna get more PP either, so I'm just gonna try to save some Torch Song PP in case. But again, I assume they just heal us between each round. Scovillain will stay in. I love Scovillain. It is one of my favorites of this generation. Wish the shiny looked better, but you said that about a lot of Pokemon here. But it'd be cool if like the color of the peppers was like yellow and orange, you know? And again, we'll just stay in. We'll win with that Fire Blast. Big Fire Blast coming up. Oh, excuse me. Big Fire Blast coming in hot. Boom, all my stuff goes down. We got a crit. That's all she wrote. 1 down, 3 to go. Oh, you paid for this. I should use an amulet coin. I kind of forget about it, to be honest. And we could definitely use more money. Because I want to get some more Pokemon ready for raids. Trying to build all the meta-relevant Pokemon. That's a biology teacher. Jock. We never battled Jack, have we? I don't even know what he has. Arcanine, okay. Little battle of the fire Pokemon. Intimidate, that's fine. We're a special attacker anyways. They do heal you and restore your PP. Okay, that's good to know. Good to know. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Who's next? And I just want to point out, the rain's not there anymore. They have fire Pokemon. Alright, we'll swap out on Mudsdale. We'll go in with, we'll go Kanan. Excuse me. Go Liquidation. Lower that D. Higher that D. Earthquake. So I'll definitely do some decent damage. This should KO. Lurantis will swap out. We're gonna go. We'll bring out Spyro. We'll do a little variety here, a little bit. Don't make this the Maki show. And after this tournament, we'll go ahead and go get Miraidon from Area 0. Slowbro. Let's bring in. We'll bring in Wiki. And with that Thunder Punch. Swalot. I guess Maki. Well, no, we can do Peach. The only problem is like we're kind of effective against each other. I don't know if is this his last Pokemon. I wasn't paying attention. No, it's not. Okay, I was gonna say he might Testralize into something else as well. Well, I guess he would be poison because he's only a mono poison, right? Ice Punch. Okay. Boom. Actually, I guess poison would be neutral, right? Because we're ground type as well. Fairy Giraffe. Okay. So this could be a normal or a psychic, right? His tetralization. Don't really have anything good either way, huh? Only you if you're if it's gonna be normal. I'll just bring out Maki. Should we risk it? Should we risk a Shadow Ball, risking the fact that it might go tetralization psychic? I don't know. I'm not going to, but we could. We don't really need a tetralize. We'll just hit the Fire Blast. I thought about throwing a Shadow Ball though for the hell of it. It's a normal. I think it's a normal. My batteries. No psychic. Damn it. We could have done the Shadow Ball, man. Charge my controller here. Plug her in. Boom, Fire Blast. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. Easy clap. He down Jock, the instructor. Wow, you did great. Was there any doubt? Ah. Here you beat me. You're quite the strong trainer, aren't you, Ruby? You're more fit for the teaching profession than I am with the boundless confidence of yours. Okay. Uh-oh. Dendra, the battle studies teacher. Okay, cool. I'm assuming she's a fighting trainer, right? Have we battled her before? I know we did that training exam with her where we had to do like the different expressions or whatever. Phalanx. Phalanx. Phalanx Navidad. Phalanx Navidad. We're gonna hit him with that torch sound. Boost that special attack. Tauros, okay. I wonder which version it's gonna be. That's the fire one. I still need to get an Aqua Tauros as well. I'm assuming I can just find someone to trade the fire one for the Aqua. I bred a few of the fire ones. So I can trade people when I was trying to complete the Pokedex. Oh, okay, so she has both of them. That makes sense. Another Intimidate drop. What's Fire Blast? Well, I guess I could just use Earth Power. Well, the special attack up, I guess doesn't even matter. Halucha! Excuse me. Halucha! I'm a big Halucha fan. Love Shiny Halucha as well. Really good shiny. I'll let you goes down. Metacham. Shadow Ball. Hariyama. Might as well just stay in. Fire blast him. Oh, Sue. Excuse me. Oh, it survived. Stone Edge continuing to missing. I think we've only got hit. I think it only hit once this entire series, right? Pretty sure it's only been once. Keeping the meme alive. Stone Edge never hits. And Hariyama goes down like a sack of bricks. And that is Battle 3 against Dendra. Some more prize money, like so we definitely use it. Enough time for the finals. Ah, Gita. I had a feeling we'd face her at some point. I thought we were gonna face her when she went to, instead of her going to our room. I thought we were gonna have to battle her, but this works out. I forget what Pokemon she uses. Espatra. Espatra has a pretty good shiny. You know what I found out the other day? That I actually had no idea. Maybe slightly embarrassing that I didn't really put two and two together. But I didn't realize that Flittle evolved into Espatra. No idea. Until I was organizing the living decks, I saw they were next to each other on the Pokédex. I'm like, wait a minute. Does that evolve into it? And then I saw that it did. Couldn't believe it. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I just didn't put two and two together for whatever reason. I remember thinking to myself while I was recording an episode, like, we passed by some Flittles. I don't think I said this out loud, but I thought this. I was thinking, it's kind of weird that Flittle never evolved. That's because it does. Kind of a funny little thing. King Gambit. Big fan of King Gambit. One of my favorites for sure this generation. Spoiling the future tier list. Although the tier list will probably be before this video goes live anyways. But level 69? Nice. But yeah. Love King Gambit, dude. King Gambit's really cool. Evolving was pretty interesting. I like the idea behind it. It was kind of a pain in the butt, but it's kind of cool though at the same time. Now Velouz is a psychic type. I kind of like Velouz's shiny. Definitely could be worse because like some of them are really bad. At least looks somewhat different, but I do like it. All right. Good goats. All right. We'll go. We'll do Torch Song. Glamora, rock, poison type. You know what? I've used every other Pokemon for this tournament except for Nico. I know that Maki's powered up, but you know what? We'll bring Nico in for the finish. Our girl. Another one of my personal favorites this generation. Wish the shiny looked better. Just the hammer being a different color kind of sucks because it's such a bright looking Pokemon. Like I feel like they could have used like a different like color scheme. It would have been so cool, man. But missed opportunity. We'll Tetralize because we are a steel Tetralized Pokemon for the finish here. And then we gotta go catch Koraidon, and that's pretty much it, guys. And then, like I said, we'll do a cut. I'll come back in the future, right? And show you guys the finalized living decks that will be complete. If I catch any shinies between, I'll show them off a little bit. But there's really nothing left to do, man. It's kind of bittersweet. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed Pokemon Scarlet. Outside of the performance issues, the lack of customization does suck, right? Only like being stuck in your uniform the entire game. Well, I got over it eventually. I was always kind of like upset about it. Kept looking for shops so we could change our shirt, change our pants to something. If you're gonna lock us into a uniform, give us multiple choices besides just like the four. Like we got 4 options, but they all kind of sucked. You know what I mean? And I just wasn't a big fan. Even if you make us keep the colors, at least kind of change it a little bit. Like, let me wear an orange, dress or something. But I don't know. Those 2 things kind of suck. Some of the shinies are kind of meh, kind of disappointing. But there's some cool ones. There's some cool shinies though. But ultimately, this game has been a lot of fun. I'm kind of back and forth in my mind if this game is my favorite Pokemon game of all time right now. Because Legends Arceus was before this game came out. And I feel like Legends Arceus plays so much smoother and graphically looks really good in comparison most of the time. Now, that in consideration, there's like you battle like 10 trainers the entire game. You know what I mean? So that's something to consider. The crafting system was pretty cool, but you also only got to use what? Very few different kind of Pokeballs. A lot more variety in this game. In that regard, way more customization options on Legends Arceus, though. I will say, a lot of cool options there. I actually like the legendary battles. Like trying to catch like the what would you call them? The genie Pokemon. Thundurus, Tornadus, Landorus, and then E. It starts with an E. Like Urola. It's the love one. Gosh, I can't think of its name. Let's see. Pokemon Legendary Genies. They're called the Forces of Nature, apparently. Okay, I didn't know that. Enamorous. That's what it is. So I liked their little battle because it was kind of unique, and I kind of liked that, like having to chase them down and try to break them down and stuff. Something a little different made the catching process of like the legendaries seem a little bit more epic, which they should because they're legendaries, right? But I don't know. I really enjoyed that game a lot, and I played a lot of hours into that game. A lot of shiny hunting. The fact that the shiny, and this is another benefit to Legends Arceus in my mind. When a legendary pops up on screen, you get that sound effect, you get the shine. You don't get that this year, and there's a lot of shinies that are hard to find because there's no there's nothing telling you that it's there, and it's so easy to miss. Like Flittle, we talked about Flittle earlier. Really hard to find as a shiny because it's so small, and it's a very small detail in which shows that it's shiny at all, right? So that's definitely. Oh, we got a cap. So that's definitely something. That's definitely a pro towards Legends Arceus. But again, on the flip side, another open world game. A lot more things to discover in this game. Having trainers again, items. I like the crafting system with the TMs. I think that's kind of a cool idea. Obviously they could have just made TMs unlimited like they did already before. Hold on, what does he got to say? Okay. Oh yeah, now we can go to 6-star raids. That's cool. Didn't have access to them yet, which was kind of annoying. Leave it to me. Excuse me. What was I gonna say though? Oh, but battling trainers, the gym challenge. I like the fact that there's not just the Pokemon League challenge. You have the Titans. You have the Team Star bases. That was really cool. Um, I don't know. Obviously, it's tough to. I feel like traversing in Legends Arceus feels a little bit smoother as well. You know what I mean? Let's go to Area Zero here. As we're gonna go catch him a Raiden. Or sorry, co-rated. So I don't know. It's tough. It's. I feel like there's more like different kind of things to do in Pokemon Scarlet, whereas Legends Arceus is really just catching Pokemon. Um, and I would say that the story in Legends wasn't that great. I don't think in comparison to the story in this game, which got me a little bit more emotionally involved. Probably the most in any Pokemon game, honestly. I mean, um, I really did get a little teary-eyed with Mabo Stiff and Arvin. I really did. And that's not something that you usually get out of a Pokemon story. So definitely take that in consideration as well. Um, it's tough. I really don't know if I would consider this my favorite or not. I like this game a lot. I really do. And I'm one of those people, and I'm sure this kind of drives some people crazy, and they can probably say to themselves, "How can you think that this game's better than Pokemon Crystal?" Come on, dude. Play Pokemon Crystal now. It's there's so many quality of life changes, and then graphically it's so different, and I love there's like obviously a special place in my heart for all Pokemon games, period, because I've played them all. Um, but come on, you know you can't compare a game like this to Pokemon Crystal seriously. You just can't. You know what I mean? Like you're if you're doing that, that's 100% because of nostalgia. You know, rose-colored glasses, right? Um, there's no way I can sit here and say that there's an older Pokemon game like Crystal or Emerald or whatever that's better than this game. You know, for Emerald, you could say, oh, well, what about the Battle Frontier? And it's like, the Battle Frontier is great, but I mean, come on, the game itself. Trying to go back and play those games now on a Game Boy Advance, or oh, I have a Game Boy Advance SP, so it has the backlight at least. But I mean, if you're not emulating the games and having them sped up, they're so slow paced now. You can go back and play them, but you can finish them so quickly. I don't know, man. You seriously can't compare the two. I mean, this game's leaps and bounds an improvement over those older games, just by so many factors, in my opinion. And a lot of people are gonna hate to hear that from anybody. They're like, "Oh, no fucking way, that's ridiculous. Those are the greatest Pokemon games of all time." And that's your opinion. That's fine. But I'll say this: you know, people loved fourth generation. They loved Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. How many people are playing Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl right now? How quickly did those games die when Pokemon Legends came out, just a few months later? I didn't even finish my series on those games. I liked 4th generation a decent amount. I wasn't excited when those games were coming out. I know some people were, though. I wasn't like super excited about it, and I've said that before. I was like, I'm gonna play them. I'm not like super excited about it. I was excited for the underground stuff because to me, even in the original games, that was the most fun I had in those games. I actually don't even know where to go. Those are the most exciting I had, like playing those games back in the day. I spent a lot of time in the underground digging stuff up, and that's what I did in this this time around too. And that stuff is fun, but I'm just saying, how quickly did that game die when Legends came? Because Legends is such a more exciting game. It's different, it's unique, and you can say the same thing about this game. I would play this game 100 times before I played any of those old Pokemon games. 100%, easily, easily. Even with the performance issues, even with the lack of customization for outfits, all those things in consideration, I would still play this game. Like I said, 100 times before I play those games again. So I'm one of those people that's always constantly saying, "Oh, this is my favorite Pokemon game. It's the new game, right?" Sword and Shield came out. That was my favorite Pokemon game, and I know people hated those games. I enjoyed Sword and Shield quite a bit. Granted, I went to that game blind like I did this game, which probably adds to it a lot in terms of excitement. Are those games perfect? No. Is this game perfect? Obviously, no. I just mentioned like 5 things I didn't like about this game, but I still enjoy this game a lot. I put a lot of hours into it. I'm gonna put even more hours into it. Is it up there? It looks like it is. Okay. Let me save. Because we have to battle and catch it. Because I did that in Violet already as well. Um, but yeah, I mean these games, like the new Pokemon games, are always just better. I mean, a lot of people, like I said, they'll have issues with them. Oh, there's only 400 Pokemon in this game. Only 400? That's a lot of fucking Pokemon. You know, like I don't that stuff never bothered me. Like not having every single Pokemon in the game, it was bound to happen. There's now 1,010 Pokemon, right? And that's not even taking into consideration different regional variants, and then you got Mega Pokemon and different forms of each. You know, some of these Pokemon have different forms. Some genders in Pokemon look different. There's a lot of factors in there, and you're gonna tell me that they should put all those in every single Pokemon game going forward? No, they really shouldn't. And quite honestly, I prefer it that way because it makes me not just use the same Pokemon I use in every game, anyways, right? And I know some people want to do that. They want to use Charizard every time the game comes out. That's fine. But me, no. I want to use new Pokemon. I use different Pokemon all the time when I play this game. That's why we use strictly new Pokemon for this playthrough. And when I played through Violet, strictly I played with new Pokemon in this game as well. And when the next generation comes out, I'll do the same exact thing. And my favorite Pokemon's in this game, Glaceon. My favorite Pokemon. Would I be mad if Glaceon wasn't in the game? No. I didn't even use Glaceon. I caught it for the Pokedex, and I mean, I'll probably catch a shiny Eevee at some point, if not, 8 shiny or 9 shiny Eevees or whatever to get all the evolutions. And still, you know what I mean? I'm not using it. So, what do we want to do here? We'll probably bring you out, I guess. But yeah, so that doesn't bother me. Dex, the Dex Gate thing, I always thought it was a little ridiculous. I understand why people were upset about it, but I was just like, really, guys? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you want to play, with all Gen 1 Pokemon like you probably always do when you play these games, go back and play Leaf Green and Fire Red. And I know I just said those games are, not nearly as good as these new ones, and I stand by that statement. But I don't have to have every generation of Pokemon have every single Pokemon in those games. I just don't. That shit doesn't bother me. Now it'd be cool if you can like bring them all over, right? Through the Pokemon Home. Oh, this is gonna knock it out, isn't it? It is. For a minute I forgot that A, I was level 100 and B were hyper trained and everything. Um, but yeah, we could just use the Master Ball too. That's what I did in Violet. I might use it, but we'll just hold off for now. But but yeah, that stuff never bothered me. I don't really care about because like a lot of my favorite Pokemon, because I've done a top 25 Pokemon tier list at some point, my favorite top 25 Pokemon of all time, and all those Pokemon I haven't used a single time in this playthrough, right? Or in Violet, you know. And some of those Pokemon are in this game. Like Cyndaquil is my second favorite Pokemon of all time. Not in this game. I don't care if it's ever put in this game, to be honest. I've used Cyndaquil so many times. I can live without using it in another game. I mean, it's whatever. When I get the chance to use it in like, in a future game, or that'd be cool. But I wouldn't have, if Cyndaquil was in this game, I wouldn't have used it anyways, unless it was a new Cyndaquil. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, we used Hisuian Typhlosion. That was our starter Pokemon of choice. But if it wasn't in that game, it wouldn't have bothered me. I don't really care. In fact, I would have preferred if Legends had just brand new Pokemon, period, as the starters. I want new Pokemon. That's what I want. But that all being said, I do think it'd be a good idea for Pokemon to do a Pokemon Stadium-like game where people can use any Pokemon. for like battling and stuff. That worked out all right. I think that'd be a great idea. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, people have Pokemon Showdown. I mean, do we really need a Pokemon Stadium? It'd be cool. I would buy it. I'd play it. You know, as long as there's more in there than just like, you know, transferring your Pokemon over and battling. I'd like some sort of like, I don't know, like arcade type of mode, or like Stadium 2, you can battle through like all the gym leaders and shit with, you know, rental Pokemon or Pokemon of your own. That would be cool to have stuff like that, or mini games. The mini games are always a lot of fun. Um, but yeah, they should make like a Pokemon Stadium like game with all the Pokemon. That'd be a good idea. Or Big Brain, you know, Pokemon Game Freak. Are you hearing me? Are you listening to me? Are your ears open? Think about this for a minute. And I'll take a check. You know, I'll take a small little check for this idea. But with the way that video games, you know, the direction of video games have gone, and we have all these like live service games, and games like, you know, is it called multiverses or whatever? Games like, you know, games like that, you know, coming to fruition, become, you know, very popular. Why not do a live service Pokemon Stadium like game where we start off with, you know, Gen 1 or whatever, and then you slowly start adding more and more Pokemon. You add more you sell Pokemon to people, or expansions to this game, you know, and you can use, video game credits, video game currency, the game currency in the game that you've earned to unlock them, or a real cash to unlock them earlier. And while not, you know, battle passes, maybe you can add skins or something to it. Maybe skins for the Pokemon stadiums you battle on. Some accessories and stuff for your trainer to battle with, to wear in these battles. Just say, hey, I'm just saying, might be an idea. But I would prefer if they just released, you know, a new Pokemon Stadium-like game in general, not a live service game. But, you know, they did it with Pokemon Unite. I mean, it's kind of, you know, they've done it with Pokemon Go, where they slowly release things over time. Just an idea. Just an idea. But yeah, I'd be down for something like that. And I think that'd be a good idea to kind of meet in the middle a little bit with the people that want to use older Pokemon in battles and stuff. Do a Pokemon Stadium-like game. And I've been saying for over a year, re-release Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gala Darkness. Give us a 2-pack Switch game. I'll buy it. Day one. I'll pre-order it the day that it's announced. It's pre-ordered on my side, 100%. Even though I just bought a copy of, actually, technically 2 copies of Pokemon Coliseum, a Japanese version, complete in box, as well as a English Pokemon Coliseum game without the manual. I gotta get a manual, but my brother just hooked me up with those a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I would buy those 100% easily, and we'd play them on the channel, no problem. And it's just free money. You guys have already got the games made. Just do it. But could you imagine? So they made a brand new Pokemon Snap game. So in my opinion, anything's possible in terms of like sequels to spin-offs and shit. What if they made a sequel or a third game, I guess, in the series of Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gala Darkness? Be sick. It's possible. You know, new Pokemon Snap game came out, you know, just a year ago. Almost 2 years ago now. And we hadn't seen any hints of that ever coming out ever. So I can see it being a possibility. And they've added Shadow Pokemon into Pokemon Go, you know, years ago. So it would make sense to me. Yeah, it's all there. Hook us up. But if I had to pick any Pokemon game to get a sequel, any like spin-off, right, of Pokemon to get a sequel. Pokemon Conquest. That's what I want. Give me Pokemon Conquest 2, please. This thing is not staying in a ball, by the way. What is going on? I'm sitting here talking about freaking like sequels to spin-offs and shit, and this thing just will not stay in a ball. We can use a timer ball. I'm not sure how long it's been since we started this battle, but I could try to bring Peach out and try to spore him, but the problem is I'm afraid of switching out and then I get obliterated by Koraidon here. But yeah, if I can make it a sequel, like choose a sequel for any like spin-off or just a new spin-off game, I guess it would definitely be Pokemon Conquest. A new Mystery Dungeon game would be sick. Another new Snap game would be sick. A new Legends game would be sick. A new um, Pokemon Ranger could be interesting. Be hard to do because you have to have a touch screen, unless you completely change the mechanics on it. But could be interesting. I actually just got the first first Pokemon Ranger game too on DS. I also have it digitally as well on the Wii U. Anyways, Koraidon, the Paradox Pokemon Apex build. This seems to be the Winged King mentioned in an old expedition journal. It was said to have split the land with its bare fists. Alright, we got ourselves the Paradox Pokemon. And now what's left is getting Koraidon. Or not Koraidon, Murraidon from Violet. Hopefully my friend AJ will get back to me soon so that we can do that. But anyways, what we'll do here, guys, is we're gonna cut. And as I said earlier, we're gonna cut into me showing you guys the finalized living dex. So we'll do that right now. As you can see here, guys, our Pokedex is currently 400 at 400. So I got the shiny charm. And if we take a gander into my boxes here, it's pretty organized, but ignore there's going to be a bunch of eggs in here because as you can see here, I'm breeding for Fuecoco. I'm trying to get shiny Fuecoco. But we'll kind of do a quick little victory lap here, showing off the living dex. As you see here, we are complete. Everything is my original OT as well, except for Miraidon, which is from my copy of Violet. Has Ruby as its name on the OT, but it's got a different trainer number. Obviously, because it's from a different game. But I even went like an extra step. Like I even went so far as to make sure that they're all the same color for Florges, Flabebe and Floette, as well as Deerling and Sawsbuck. I don't know if we've already passed them or not. I think they're in the 200. Here we go. See, we got the same Deerling and Sawsbuck. A little step there that I didn't really need to take, but I did. Almost done here. And then of course I'll show you guys my updated shiny list so far, and I've been getting quite a few actually, a lot of shinies. And if we come in here, you can see a bunch of eggs, like I said. Yeah, Koraidon, Miraidon. Shoutouts to AJ for helping me trade it between games. As you see, the ID number is different, but the OT is the same. And then I even got these guys over here. Since they're not technically a part of the Pokédex, but they're in the game currently. By the time this comes out, there's probably going to be more Pokemon that you can get that's not in the actual game through raid events or whatever. But for now, that's what we got. And then of course, this is all the different like forms, all the different colors. I don't have this complete yet, but like this page looks pretty good, right? I haven't evolved Flabebe here or Floette here. I only have one shiny stone, so I'm waiting to see if I can find another one or find a wild Florges of either color, then just evolve the other one. But I finally got my my white Squawkabilly. Found him. And then over here we got some of these other ones like Basculin, the different Gastrodons, Toxtricity, Oricoricos, or Oricorios. Even like the gender differences between Pyroars. Hippowdon, even though their icons are different, they are different. I'll show you. They're the different genders and colors here. Boom. I'm still missing the Aquatorial, so I'll get it eventually. And I'm missing the Dusk Lichen Rock. I do have a Rockruff ready to evolve. I just haven't done it yet. And then these are just extras, like version exclusives. If I see somebody needs them, I can just trade it to them right away, as well as the Meowth and the Charmander. I just got this Glaceon in a raid. Don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but I thought just in case I wanted to, breed some IV EVs or something. Probably won't though. There's that Rockruff I mentioned earlier. These are also some Pokemon that I caught in raids. These are our original teammates here. This Breloom is trained. He is my, or she is my official like Pokemon catcher, right? It's got False Swipe and Spore. That's all you really need. And then here's my shinies. Again, tons of eggs everywhere. Of course, we know of Scatterbug here. Got it pretty early on in our adventure. Same with Oinkologne. Got them in the same day. Here, let me... Got them in the same day. And then Medicham we got just a few days later. You guys probably want to see what they look like. Obviously, we got Psyduck on camera. We got the Wooper on camera. I thought it was just a Jetonian Wooper, but it was obviously not. I got this Zoelis shortly after that as well. I got it when I was catching the Paradox Pokemon from Violet. I had, I think I maybe even told this story already on camera. I don't remember, but it was with a guy named Stan. So shout out to Stan. And we helped each other catch the version exclusive Paradox Pokemon in a Union Room. And while I was running around in circles by the area where Roaring Moon spawns at the waterfall area, he just walked up to me and was hanging out. This Fletchling I caught at full odds as well. This is before I got this is the last one I got before my shiny charm. I was actually hatching eggs to help like complete like my Pokédex as well as the different forms and stuff. I was actually breeding I think Deerlings and stuff so that I could evolve them into the appropriate Sawsbuck. And I'm running past by a flock of Fletchlings. And I stopped for a second. I look at them because one looked a little different, but it was also like dusk outside, so I couldn't really tell because it's a very subtle shiny, anyways. And the light in this game always constantly making me think I see a shiny. Oh well, got myself a Fletchling. Then of course we got shiny Finzin I got from an Outbreak and a Sandwich. Same thing with Flittle, Sandwich and an Outbreak. And then this Knackley here I actually found not full odds because I have the shiny charm. But full odds and the shiny charm, that's all I had. I was just running around looking at raid dens. Found him on the beach. This Tyranitar actually got from a raid. This one, maybe slightly cheating. I was watching Reversal on Twitch. And someone was sharing, I believe their name was XX Shiny. So shout outs to you, XX Shiny XX. I think that's what their name was. I hope it was. And they were hosting they found a shiny Tyranitar raid, so they were hosting and resetting the raid and letting a lot of people in to get shiny Tyranitar, and I happened to get in, so that was pretty cool. This Watcher I got out of an Outbreak 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes, 30 seconds into my Sandwich. So that was pretty cool, and I was like, well, I'll try to catch another one, and I didn't find another one. But you know what I did find? A Tinkatuff. And by some ruins while I was like hunting down these Wattrels. So this was technically just shiny charm odds because the Sandwich was only for flying Pokemon. And then I caught another Finizen in that original Finizen Outbreak. It's just out of order because it was in my party at one point. And then we're at the egg. So that's my shinies updated so far. I kind of want to do a shiny Dex or maybe even a shiny living Dex. I don't know. Maybe I'll give some more updates later on. By the time you guys see this, I'll probably have a boatload of shinies at that point. But yeah, there's really not much more to say. I mean, this is my official hatcher. I use this for hatching Pokemon. These are my raid trained Pokemon along with Maki currently. I'm working on more. I want to get some more. I also want to get shiny versions of these at some point as well. And then we're back at the Pokedex, the living dex. So that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining this journey with me. Pokemon and Scarlet are phenomenal. If you're someone who's been sitting on the fence and don't know if you want to play these games or not, you heard about the bad performance issues, you've heard about maybe some of the glitches and bugs in the game. I'll tell you right now that while some of those are kind of glaring, and it's just like, wow, this is, laggy. I need to restart my game every few hours because after a while the game starts to really lag really bad, or there's certain areas that's really bad. Those exceptions alone, and obviously the lack of customization on your character kind of sucks as well. But honestly, I kind of got over that eventually. These games are phenomenal, a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun. In fact, I can show you how many hours we're at. You can shave off probably about 25 hours, whatever we're at. Um, taking consideration like just idling, just leaving my game on for a minute, going to eat dinner and coming back and leaving it on, that sort of thing. So at 187 hours, even if you shave off like 30 hours, which is probably fair, we're at over 150 hours deep, and I'm just getting started. I'm constantly just thinking about playing this game. I spent a lot of time working on the Pokédex, obviously, so now I can start finally shiny hunting. I just got the shiny charm 2 days ago, so I'm finally being able to shiny hunt. And I say that with all these shinies already. I found so many shinies at full odds in the series alone. And then Zoelis was one that was at full odds. Fletchling was at full odds. Knackley was at shiny charm odds only. And so was Tinkatuff. So the crazy thing is I got both these Finisons, this Flittle, and this Knackley, I believe, and this Tyranitar even, I think, all in the same day. It was a pretty crazy day. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, these games are incredible. If you're on the fence, definitely check them out. If you like Pokemon, you're gonna like these games, right? I mean, I think that's pretty simple to tell you there. If you're like just a fan of like old Pokemon games and you're thinking about getting in and you haven't played, a couple generations worth of games, I still think they're worth it. Even though the games have some issues, like I said, from a like a technical perspective, there's laggy portions. But I mean, but when the game runs well, like it's running fine right now, the game looks pretty good, right? You know what I mean? I mean, it's not like on the level of some of like like the PS5 games or something like Elden Ring. Maybe might look better like those games because it's on a different hardware, or maybe more powerful hardware. But the game still looks good. Like you remember, like when I first started playing Pokemon, it was in black and white on a handheld game with no backlight. You know what I mean? I remember being on car trips using a flashlight at night so I could see the game, see the Game Boy game, Um, so compared to that, this is incredible, and to see the Pokemon grow into something like this has been an amazing journey in itself, really. Um, and I look forward to seeing what they do next. Legends Arceus was a big step. This is another big step as well in the game series, possibly even a bigger step than Legends Arceus. Although I think Legends Arceus runs better and looks, in some cases, it looks better, and sometimes too. Um, but we have the added trainers and everything else here. But anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and keep talking about it. I like this game a lot. I hope you guys do too. And keep on lookout. There's DLC. Because again, this is early December, 2022. So as far as I know, there's been no DLC announced. There may be DLC announced down the line. If there is, we'll be playing them on the channel. In a weird way, if they come out before this video goes live, you may see the DLC started before this series is ended. So we'll see what happens there. But thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I am the Evermore Daniels. Bidding you farewell, peace, and one love. Bang!